All right, welcome back to week 8 of the Budzik Invitational podcast. Before we get started today, just want to do a quick ad read. Today we're going to be sponsored by Uber. Uber, safest way to get from point A to point B. Confident drivers, well screened. And if you're in the Phoenix area, you could possibly get picked up by a red Mazda 6 with Pennsylvania license plates. So use code Ed the Beekeeper for your first ride free, and that's Ed the Beekeeper. All right, guys, we're gonna get into it here. So today, Mike's sitting out. We have Ryan Butler, GM of Hanking Schrader, joining us today. Thanks for coming on.
Of course, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So. We do have a special guest later. I'm not gonna name that person yet. It's a little bit of a surprise, so we're gonna keep that on the down low. But we're gonna get started. I just want a warm up question for you though. So you were in Pittsburgh, graduated from, and you moved out to Philly. So I want to ask you your take on cheesesteaks. Are the
Oh,
cheesesteaks now? I've had Philly cheesesteaks before. They are not the same as Pittsburgh cheesesteaks. I have opinion on which one's better. What is your opinion on Philly cheesesteaks versus Pittsburgh cheesesteaks?
it's gotta be Philly. Gotta be the Philly cheesesteaks. I don't know what they got going out that way, but like I said, Pittsburgh, got a little special place for me. Not a lot is better in Philadelphia, but the cheesesteaks, they got it better than Pittsburgh, unfortunately.
What is your go-to order and why is it better?
I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's I don't know. Some of it might be I don't know, it's got a lot of clout down there, the cheesesteaks. There's a bunch of places down there, Pat's, Geno's, they got just regular cheesesteak they got down there. I don't know if it's the way they cook it, but it's just good.
Whiz or no whiz?
Oh, I gotta get whiz on it.
Gotta go whiz. You
Yeah,
get vegetables?
maybe onions sometimes, nothing crazy. I'm not one of those guys that likes to just pow on all that stuff on it. No, just keep it simple.
I gotcha, I gotcha. Yeah, I've had some down here. We have some Philly places. They put It's a little too soggy for me. They don't have the bread down. That's the
Yeah.
issue. But it is definitely different. I do like it. I think I would still have to go Pittsburgh. But until I try the actual Philly one, my opinion doesn't matter. All right, so we're gonna get into power rankings, and this week we're just gonna do the top six. There's a lot of bad teams in this league right now, so I'm gonna hear out your top six. We're gonna start at number six and just kind of go from there.
Uh, Before we get into it, I gotta say, this is a little fall from grace for Big Butler bids here. I got them out of the top six. Just had to throw that in there. That was a 4-0 starting team, 3 losses in a row. You can't have them in the top six. Okay, gotta get that out of the way. I'm going with Team Scoops at number six. Just a very solid team here. Got Aaron Rodgers slotted in as quarterback, and it's been helping him out. Pittman Jr. He's getting going. Travis Hunter, great performance last week. If he gets Barkley going, I mean, he's got the tight end number one too. Barkley gets going. He's got Josh Allen too. Yeah, this is a solid team that can make some noise in the later half of the season. Team five, I got Parker Rogers coming out of the very own division down here. Now he is slotted one spot ahead of me in the division, but I don't have him above me. I got Hanking Schrader, your own, right here at the fourth slot. Now, when it comes down to this, there's 3 teams that are 4-3. That's me, Perk, and that is Team Scoops
Scoops.
here. And you gotta do it. Perk
No,
beat
we
me.
we have we have we have four teams actually. The Butler bids.
Oh yeah, Butler bids. I think
I
that's
know people forget about them.
yeah,
You would think they have two wins, but they
that's
have
on the
four.
low, but you stack them up. I played Perk and he beat me, but that was coming off the CeeDee Lamb injury and the neighbors injury. So I think between those 3 teams, if you look at the depth and you look at the player on the team, I would say that I think the advantage goes to me. So that's why I got myself at 4, and then you just get into the behemoth. So I think we're on different levels. I got phony handshakes, your own team coming in there at number 3. A very solid team again. Big fan of it. I gotta say, you got the depth on the bench too. You need that as a team. I got Turtle. I got Beekeeper at 2. Another solid team. A lot of depth on it too. But then I got to go with the team at number 1. Fucked again. Uh, he just got the star power. I don't know how he got Gibbs, he's got Nakua. It's just a star-studded team that can throw up 150 points any week if they want to. So, but like I said, 1 and 3, all behemoths, easily interchangeable. But that's the top six for me.
Okay. Just one more question for you. You kind of talked about a team that is trending downward with the Butler bids, your former team. Like I said, there's a lot of bad teams, but do you have a team out there that maybe a one-win, two-win team that you think could pull it off and somehow squeak in these playoffs?
Ah, man, yeah, that's a tough question. You guys are talking about the percentages on the podcast. Now, if you're asking me a team that might be able to get hot, maybe slip in there, I gotta go the Storm. Man, you saw them put up 140 some points last week. Devontae Smith can keep playing like that, and you got Amari and Hampton coming back off injury, maybe can make some noise. I don't see it from Ants. I don't see it from Ants. And last weekend it was a rematch of the championship from last year, and Ants got lucky. He played me. CeeDee Lamb wasn't playing because the team was garbage. Two people hurt themselves in the first quarter. Kind of got that Mickey Mouse second championship he brags about so much. I just don't see it from Ants. I don't see it from Girth. Maybe the Storm, but even that, it's an iffy one.
All right, fair enough. All right, so then we're gonna jump into week 8 predictions. So just give me a quick summary. What do you think? And just give me a prediction for each game. And I'm gonna have you do a high points of the week, and we're gonna do just point differential. So you can say, for example, let me just pull up the thing. Ants marching versus team scoops. Ants marching by 5. You can do increments of 5, 10. I don't really care.
Solid
10
that.
plus stuff like that. So, and before we do these though, I'm going to give you some stats. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to sway your thing or not. First off, I will commend Turtle last week. He picked himself by 15. He won by 15. Storm by 10. Matt by 5, which Matt did lose, but it was a close game. Me by 10, which I think it was round 8. And he actually picked you to win, but he also picked you as the high scorer, and
Yeah.
you lost that by 3.
Yeah, got beat
So
out by the Storm. I'm sorry. Sorry, Turtle.
you're up against you. He did a pretty good job picking. So I'm going to give you some stats on the matchups this week. So for you, for me versus Big Butler Bids and you versus Frankie McAnis. Not enough data, obviously. You guys were a team split, so it came back, and then you made your own teams, kind of like the
Yep.
Cleveland Browns. Baltimore Colts, stuff like that. So I have to leave you out. Sorry, but we have ants versus scoops. Pulled up the lifetime. It's a split. It's 3 versus 3. The interesting part, though, I did something a little different. I've added in 40 plus point wins.
Oh
Two
man.
and two. Each team has two of them. So
Wow.
it's been an interesting rivalry between the two. You wouldn't think, but and then we have Ed fucked again versus Perk. Ed is 7-4 all time versus Perk. Three 40 point victor plus victories. Perk only has one. Girth versus Beekeepers. No 40 plus point wins, but
Oh
Girth
wow.
is 1-6 versus the Beekeepers. And Storm versus Wacky have a long history dating back 10 plus years. 2-2 on 40 plus point wins. But Bruce and the Storm are 4-10 all time versus Wacky. So I don't know if that sways you at all, but
It was
oh,
factored into there a little bit. Yeah.
but go ahead. We'll start with we'll go with Ants, the GM versus Team Scoops.
Now we got to get Team Scoops here to set their lineup, obviously, and what you see here and what they got out, it's not what they're gonna have out. Take a look at the benches here. Murray out. Yeah, Laporta too. ETN on bye. Lauren still. Yep. I just think this is going to be, an easier win for Team Scoops. Might Craig could put up some fight if his receivers get hot. He's got to run Noah Fant in the tight end here. versus Jake Ferguson, that's just an easy beating. He better hope DK, London, and Tet get hot, or it's gonna be another rough day at the office. I got Team Scoops by 10 here personally.
Scoops by 10. Okay.
Scoops by
I
10.
I'm just gonna give my input real quick. I think that this is a closer game than we think. The reason why is Dallas has Denver. Now, Denver, I think this is a game that's going to be at Denver. I think that they shut them down. Yes, it's a Javonte Williams potential revenge game. I feel this game, though, it seems like it's going to be a 30-30 game. It's going to end up being like 14-10. I have Dak on my team, and I'm kind of concerned about this game.
Yep, yeah, you
And
just
Ants does have Denver's defense. So if they do shut them down, it's a good play by Ants there. And
yeah,
I,
yeah. I
so,
agree. I can see that. But I mean, also, you're taking a risk. You're running Joe Flacco at your quarterback. You're not his fault of his own. It's tough pickings in the off the waiver wire, but you got to do what you got to do.
yeah,
I mean,
Flacco's decent.
yeah, yeah, he's not bad, not at all.
Might be real quick, might be the best quarterback of all time. Would you argue that?
It hurts saying that about a Raven, but man can still play now. I mean, obviously, a man playing that long, obviously he could throw the ball. He was obviously good.
I mean, I've never seen a guy go. He went to the Jets, was leading the league in passing yards. He went to the Colts on a whim, killing it there. Browns killed it there the first time. Now he's
Yeah,
on the Bengals, ripping the Steelers in half on Thursday night. First, or pretty much second game there. Guy
that was a
barely knows
tough.
the plays.
That was a
I've
tough.
never seen a quarter, but Tom Brady did it with two teams. That's it.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah, I still think you think it's a Scoops victory here?
I'm saying ants by five.
No, I got a little disagreement here.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's on paper, yes, Scoops should win by 20, but I just got a weird feeling. So, but all right, we're
Uh,
gonna head over to Fucked
can I get?
Again and Perk
Yeah,
Rogers,
I was gonna say let's
the
get this
number two
game out of
team.
the way here. It's gonna be a bloodbath, and it's no fault of Ed's. You got to also figure out when you're drafting a team, you probably don't want your four best players taking a bye on the same week. This is the most tragic week in the NFL. Bye week. Oh, a lot of good teams, a lot of good players are out. You got Genty on bye, Gibbs on bye, JSN on bye, Puka on bye. Yeah, it's just, I mean, your starting lineup's got Juwan Jennings. Man's coming off broken ribs. I don't see him playing anything. I don't like any wide receiver coming out of San Fran unless it's Ricky Pearsall, but he doesn't play either. Having Algier in that starting lineup too. Yeah, that's just Kittle. Kittle needs a 0 points last week. Running another tight end in the flex. Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle for F again this week. I got Perk Rogers by 30 plus points here.
Perk by 30. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think Perk's gonna win, but I think this is a strategy by Team Fucked Again. I think he's seeing, hey, we have some banged up guys. Let's take a week off and rest. He's changing his strategy. I mean, Fucked Again looks like a whole new owner this year. I'm going to say that it has a lot to do with him leaving Daniels. Uh,
Yeah,
I think some other people in this league, not going to name any names, but was holding some things over him and threatening him a little bit, making him make trades possibly. I don't know. I mean, there's a
uh,
rumor, so I'm not saying they're true. But
he's
I mean, the
been
guy gets freed, and look at him. He's a whole new man.
he's been burned on some big trades that haven't worked in his favor the last couple of years. It's good to see him going here, and like you said, he's one of the powerhouses. He can afford to take a loss here and not hurt his position at all.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, so we're gonna head over to we're gonna go to your game, McAnus versus Hanging Schrader. Frankie always looming. His team's not the greatest, but he's putting together something here.
Now, this is a game. I think this might be one of the closest matchups this week. You got a team of mine. Man, I can't keep Jaden Daniels healthy. He can't stay in. Can't stay in the starting lineup. So that's always tough. Trey McBride's out on bye this week too. That hurts a lot too.
Yeah.
Kicking him in here. And I'm trying. I gotta get a quarterback because he can't play. So waiting to get one off waivers right now. So see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, he's got a solid team. He's got Bo Nix, who put up like 40 last week. Cortland Sutton get going. Not a big fan of Golden. Bijan's just a monster. I'm happy I got A chain to try to cancel that out. I'm starting our Gaston in the tight end position here. I'm a big fan of him.
I tried to get him this week. I was a little disappointed when I woke up this morning and saw he wasn't on my team. Not gonna lie, but that's okay. That's okay.
He was on the radar. I was happy I could get him. I was up there in the sixth position, so it came up a lot of ways to get to me. So happy that signing. But yeah, I think this is going to be a game, and I honestly think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to win by 5 points. It's going to be a close one.
All right. I think that I mean I'm still going with the Denver Dallas game is going to be low scoring. So I'm gonna say you barely just because of that reason. The but I mean Bijan Robinson's playing Miami, Bo Nix and Sutton up against Dallas. Like I'm predicting that it's not going to be high scoring, but it could easily be 40 points. He could put up 40 more points this week.
Yeah,
And the Robinson brothers and I mean that Tyler Warren guy, he puts up 15, 20 points every week. Frank's got some consistent guys.
he does.
So he's not going to put up a dud. Let's put it that way.
No, it's going to be a battle. It's going
Yeah.
to be a battle for sure.
So what are you taking this as?
Who's winning?
Yeah, who's winning?
I got Hanking Schrader, your own team right here by 5 points.
Hanging by five. Okay.
If five, I think it's going to be within 5 point game. I think I'm going to lean. It's going to be. I hope think leaning in my direction. I think we've had some consistency once the return of Lamb, A Chain. Olave has been putting up. Diggs has been playing well. I just think we're going to get it done. I like them. I like the matchups. I don't like. I think the receiver is going to get some against Cleveland. I don't like any running backs. So I mean, whoever's got Stevenson, I wouldn't play him this week. It's just
Yeah,
my
I
tidbit
gotcha.
advice.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We'll make this one quick. Even though I wanted to do something this week, but I'm gonna wait one more week. We got Mr. Girth versus Ed the Beekeeper.
Yeah, I got the beekeeper. He's rolling. He's gonna keep rolling. I like the Zay Flowers pick in there now that Lamar Jackson's back. Addison's been solid too. He's been getting a lot of the first looks. Consistent player. Judkins consistent. McCaffrey's just a beast. Pickens, that could be my only concern in this team, but I just think it's gonna be a solid win for the beekeeper. I
So what do
got
you Beekeepers by what?
beekeeper by I give him by 10 points.
This is my upset alert of the week. Patrick Mahomes versus Washington. Uh, I'm going, I'm going Girth by 13 points.
Ooh.
I was gonna hand out a dun chain tonight, but I'm looking at this matchup and I'm thinking Girth wins by 13. No rhyme or reason, but I think Girth hangs on for another week. All right, so we'll head over to the Battle of the Budziks. We got the Storm versus Wacky Waving.
I mean, it's just about what you expect. Your best players out on bye this week. I think the Storm picks up their second win in a row. I think they go to 3-5. I think they take care of Wacky Waving Arms I'd say by 8 points.
Eight
I
points.
think it
Okay.
gets it done.
So
Done.
both 2 and 5 here, or is this a loser leaves town game?
It's, you know, it's a shame for Mark because I don't think I think he's had some bad luck, and 2-5, you can't afford to go 2-6, and you get your best player out, and then you got Devontae Adams on bye as well. It's just unfortunate. Kobe Myers on bye too. All your players are out on bye. You gotta rely on James Cook, and you never know with these three receivers coming out of the Chargers, Quentin Johnson, Lamicon, who's getting the ball. So
True. True. You got cats in that one. All
I
right,
think
we'll go to the last matchup. That's going to be me versus Big Butler Bids. What do you got?
no, this right here, this is my game right here. I've been happy to get on this one right here, and obviously props to you on that Rashee Rice pick. It's paid off. Now he's in that starting lineup. Um, looking at this right here, got a Buka on that lineup too. Who's got a Buka?
I have Buka.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Yeah, I don't know if Nico's gonna play. It's too many question marks on Team Big Butler bids right now. I gotta go phony handshakes, but I'm gonna take them by 5 points.
Yeah, I feel it's a closer week.
It's gonna be a
Luke is
closer week
banged
for
up.
sure. I just think Rasheed Rice versus Washington, and then Jonathan Taylor versus Tennessee is just, and then you got Ibuka versus Saints. It's
Seems
just
too
gonna be
good
a
to be true.
yeah.
And Scatterboo versus Philly. He put up 3 touchdowns last time. We know that deal.
Trust
So
me, I wanted to go with Big Butler bids here as my home last year, but he's got some injuries, issues, he's got some bugs, some players not playing to their full potential. I just think it's a phony handshakes win. Proves to 6-2, and he's gonna catch Ed with this one. I have Ed going down 6-2, and then that would mean if that happens and Turtle pulls off the win, he'd be sitting in the top of the division 7-1.
yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, thank you for that. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna do the fastest fantasy minute, and we're gonna come back with our special guest. Downloading. There we go. All right, we're back for the second half of the pod. So we're bringing on this week. We have Wacky Waving Arms. Welcome, Wacky. Thanks for joining the pod tonight.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Appreciate everything that you're doing with this, and love what are doing, especially not that guy Mike, but what you
Mm.
are doing specifically.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Podcast is a hit.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. He was supposed to be here tonight. I don't know why he didn't show up. I'm a little confused. I don't know if it was he had an inkling you were coming on. He was afraid to talk about it. I will tell you a little background. I don't know if you listened to the Crybaby pod that
I
well,
I
either
did. I
you
did.
did listen to it. Okay,
I
so
did.
you
Oh
heard
yeah.
he was just asked a question about if there's any crybabies in the league. I deferred it to him. He said some things about you. Just wanted to clear that up. What's going on here?
It all started. I mean, it starts with the draft. It starts on draft night. I mean, he cries about uh people not spending the money. He cries about someone bidding on a player too much. And then we get into the season and he's setting those texts about he's he's defeated. And we all know he's going to win. He just wants that sympathy text. He's trying to play that reverse psychology, and I'm kind of sick of it. He's like crying for the attention,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of sick of it now.
No, I get it. I've been there with him. I've called him out. I understand where you're coming from. I'm currently not beefing with him. Obviously, he's on here with me. Um, but I understand where you're coming from with it. Do you have anything to say to him going forward? I mean, how can this be fixed?
It, he he's good. Well, one, he's got to stop with these texts. I mean, it all started. Let's see, last week. Was it last week? Craig and him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, going into what, Monday night, Sunday night. Uh, I mean, he already sent a defeat text, and I mean, we knew that he was going to win that game.
Yeah, easily.
Um, and then I think he did it again this earlier in the year. He just wants he's like crying for the attention, and
So
he's the only one doing it.
I guess coming as a little new into this league right here. Has this been going on for since the beginning, or is this something that's been new in the recent years?
it's
No,
been a thing.
this
It's
it's
been definitely been a thing. That's kind of his MO. I've gotten used to it, but I understand the frustration by other people. So with the speaking of him being a crybaby, Mark,
yeah.
we're going to talk about the crybaby league versus the as Jess and your league calls the big money league. Would you think that Ed the Beekeepers fit more in the crybaby league than the Budzik Invitational?
For sure. For sure. I mean, there's definitely there's a reason why it's called the Crybaby League. You got people bitching about everything. I mean, the biggest person in that league as the biggest crybaby, I would say, would be Sticks, would is AKA Tone. He is the biggest crybaby. But no, I mean, seriously, Mike would definitely fit in. Um, I mean, Mike's always crying about something. Um, but yeah, I mean, comparing it, there's not a lot of trades that happen for sure. There's definitely not a lot of trades that
That's what I
happen.
heard last night. He was saying finally he got the alert saying that there was a trade going down with
Yeah,
Neb and Craig, which I'm
yeah,
not shocked. Neb usually at this point he'll wake up one day and just randomly trade somebody about halfway through the season just because he doesn't want to deal with them anymore. And
yeah.
Craig usually takes advantage of them. But I get it. It's a smart move.
Yeah, Neb definitely got hit with the injury bug. I think he was just trying to look for anything.
Yeah.
Neb was actually on the podcast
I heard I that was the
two
first
weeks
one I listened
ago.
to on the year. It's a great pod.
Yeah, yeah. Neb made an appearance. He was calling out for some trades, and finally one happened.
Yeah.
But I will say that trades don't usually happen in that league.
No, it's lame. That's boring. Also heard too, I think on that one, there's only a few winners now. I think you've
Yeah,
won, Craig, Ben, Rick.
I've won twice. I want to say Craig's won twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Ties usually up there every year. Um, I mean, usually the laughing stocks of the league is Tone. This year he's definitely got a good squad, but let's be real. I mean, playoffs are gonna hit. He doesn't know how to manage that team. But no, there's a reason why it's called the Crybaby League, and Mike would 100% fit into that league for sure.
All right, we could possibly look into trading him. If we had to right now, we Jess is calling Craig. He's offering someone or Craig's trying to trade Turtle. What are we getting back for him?
Uh, Honestly, I'd put Bills up there.
Think Bills? I could see Bills fitting in this league.
Bills Bills manages a team real well. He does. He does this thing every week where this people cry about this every week, but he sits he doesn't show his starting lineup until Saturday.
I kind
So
of
you
like that.
have
He was a
you
coach at one point, so he does
he
have
was
experience.
he
That is,
was. So
So no,
no
I
one
actually like
knows
that strategy.
I
I've
like it
never heard
too.
of that before.
I've never
no
seen
one
that
knows
before.
what he's going up or who he's starting until Saturday, and I mean people bitch about that all the time, but I think it's a good strategy.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a gray area, but I mean it's not illegal by any means.
No, no. I like it. I've actually done it. I've done it a couple times myself.
All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna jump out of the Crybaby League. Yeah, everybody listening, feel free to listen to the rest of that episode. Great episode. Me and Mike are on it. We talk about ants a little bit and some other things. But I'm gonna do this next segment. It's gonna be the Mount Rushmore of the Budzik Invitational. So I want you to give me, doesn't have to be four because there's not a million people in this league. I mean, this league's been going, I think this is the 11th year of this league, and we've had a lot of people leave this league for reasons. I mean, they've all became successful. I mean, we had James Anderson. He became a professional poker player, and he's a millionaire. You have Tay. He moved to Florida and retired. Jimmy is a social media influencer. Andrew is working for Wisconsin. Paul, he just left, so we don't know what he's doing. And then Chet moved to Zealy.
True. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna ask you. Like I said, you don't have to do four, but greatest all-time players in this league.
Well, I mean, one for sure. I mean, it's with Paul not being in the league this year, it definitely opens it tremendously for anybody. I mean, Paul is you see Paul in the league, and automatically know he's making playoffs. Um,
Paul was the best fantasy player ever.
He's the
I
best.
was crunching, doing some numbers. I am in first. Just passed Craig for all-time wins. Before coming in this year, he had three more than me. Paul, I think has been in the league 2 years less than me or something like that. He has 59 wins.
Ooh.
And I'm at 60. Well, now I'm at 65, but coming into this year, 11 playoff wins. Next is Craig at five. the guy in 6 playoff appearances, most all time. I
I
mean,
mean, there's
if he doesn't come back, he's I think he's the greatest for a long time. Without I think for 4 championships, 1 and 3, not great, but I mean, just I agree. I think you have to put him number one as the
I,
guy you don't want to go up against.
no, no. I mean, you see him regular season, you might get him, but you see him matched up in the playoffs, it's it sucks. I mean,
Yeah,
that sucks. Honestly, I think too. I think you got to put Craig up there.
you have to put Ants. Unfortunately, I don't
With
want to. I don't, but
with
you
I
have to.
mean
Two
two
chips.
titles,
Yeah,
two chips. I think those two are solidified right now on Mount Rushmore, and honestly, I don't know 3 and 4. I'm not sure solidified wise. I don't. I think those would be it.
yeah. I don't just because the amount of time everybody else was in there. I mean, we had some when Andrew was in here. He was good. I think he went to the championship twice. Jimmy went to the championship twice. Um, Ben was pretty solid during his tenure. I think he played 3 seasons and 2 playoffs, 3 playoff wins, the championship.
Jimmy was good, but I gotta discredit him for his trades, and I mean the beef that he had with Craig.
I did I actually want to talk about that a little bit because it might be blown out of proportion. So I was asked yesterday about if we had any crybabies and or no, I'm sorry, it was if anybody was kicked out of the league or close to being kicked out. I said the only person was Jimmy, and I explained it, and I said on the podcast that it was because or Jimmy sent a message to Craig in the group chat that he was the worst GM of all time. Now, it might come out on that seeming like I'm saying that. I will say this about Craig is a good person. I like him. Ants is an awful human or awful whatever you want to call it. He's terrible. He will gouge you. He'll do anything to win. But as a commissioner, the whole thing he did with COVID and somehow pulling off a draft where half of us are busters, and he pulled it off pretty flawlessly. And I mean, I got to go or this year to the draft. Elizabeth does a great job setting up for the draft. Goes really well. He hired Ryan's dad, Steve, as the auctioneer. Everything goes really
Great
smooth.
auctioneer
So
for sure.
I just want to put that on record that Ance is a pretty solid
Oh, great
commissioner,
commish. Great commish.
but
Yeah, I mean
as
he
a player,
definitely
I hate
he
him.
definitely knows how to run draft night. He definitely knows how to run the league.
Now they can definitely make some moves here. So, all right, the last thing we're going to go into, I have a brand new segment here. It's going to be called Threat or Scat. So, what this is I'm going to give you a team or a person, and you're going to tell me if they are a threat to win a fantasy championship.
Okay.
We'll start with Ryan, and you just go back and forth. So, we're going to go with McAnus in our fantasy league.
Uh, I think McGinn, he's got the guys. I think he could be a threat in playoffs. Now how far he goes in the playoffs, he could be. I gotta go with he could be a one win in the playoffs, but I don't think you can put him in as a sc- I think he can make some noise. I gotta go with the threat here.
Threat. Okay, Mark.
Scat.
Scott, any
Yeah,
reason?
I mean, I know this was a couple years ago, but it still looms over his head. He did go winless one season. Um, so I mean, you gotta at least think about that. There was one season that he literally did not win one game.
That's true. You're always
Um,
thinking about that.
so I mean, I know he had a lot of shit going, not going his way, but I mean, he did go winless in a
All right, all
season.
right. We're gonna go with we're gonna go JFK.
JFK.
Threat or Scott to win a fantasy league?
Who are we referring to?
John, the president, JFK.
A threat to win a fantasy league?
Yeah, is he a threat to win a fantasy league?
I don't know, man. I gotta get to the scat
If he was
here.
alive, if he's,
Here's a
obviously.
line. That's like I gotta go with the scat. Great president. knows what he's doing in there. I don't think he's got time for it. I don't think he's going to be a dedicated fantasy manager. Someone's going to put the effort in. On his weekends, he probably just wants to hang out, chill from being president. I just don't see him making a fantasy run in any type of playoff format. So got to
All
go with
right.
Scat.
I'm gonna go threat. I mean, being the president, I mean, you got to think that. I mean, I'm sure he was a huge football fan. So he knew what he was doing, and I'm sure on the weekends he would love to sit down and, especially in the big money league, he would love to try to win that championship. So I would definitely put JFK as a threat for
All
sure.
right. All right. All right. We're gonna go over to the Storm. 2-4. Playing you this week, actually. Wacky.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I put Storm as a threat. Storm is a veteran in not only this league but um, in the Bethel Park League that folded a couple years ago. That's where he started with the auction league.
It's true.
Um,
He is the innovator of the auction league.
so no matter what the Storm's team looks like, you always got to put him as a threat. Always got to put him as a threat.
I got to agree with Mark on this one. I don't know, man. He's like I said, veteran, and he's been around the block. Man knows his way around a fantasy league and all types of drafts. I don't think you can really ever count him out of a situation. And then especially once he gets in that playoffs, he's gonna know how to get the job done. I gotta go with an absolute threat here for the Storm.
All right. I will say though about the Storm, one playoff win ever. Um, so with a lot of us, there's a lot of people with one playoff win. So I cannot do that at this point, but
In
he
this
could be
league,
potentially. Yes, in this league.
so when I was managing Big Butler bids, how many did I get last year?
One. You had a bye.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
You got
Fair
one.
enough. Add that up.
So all right. Next one, Santa Claus.
Whew.
I'm gonna go scat. I mean, you gotta think. Uh, I mean, during playoff season, he's looking at that list. He's checking it twice. So I don't think that that man has any time to be managing a football team. Especially, I mean, maybe regular season he's got time, but once those playoffs hit, he's checking that list twice. So that man has no time to be managing playoffs.
You don't think that he could add another a list? I mean, I mean, his list is long. You don't think he could
Oh
add a
yeah,
list of
I mean, you got
what,
to
10
think that
guys?
I mean that massive list. He's checking it twice, man. I mean, yeah, I don't think that that guy
Yeah, but
has any time.
what we have 17 players. What's 17 more names?
Yeah, but now you got to throw into now you got to be a GM. You gotta manage a team. You gotta make trades. You gotta follow. Make sure any injuries that occur. I just
He's got time for that coming up. I mean, he's kind of chilling right
he's
now.
right now he is, but
Yeah.
you get in the playoff season, that man becomes busy.
All right.
I
All right.
I
Why?
gotta go with threat here, man. He knows all the players, and they're going to be naughty or nice around the playoff time. He's going to know who to slot in there at the exact time, and he's gonna be a threat. And also, he's got all the mouths, man. He's got a hell of people that he can throw in there to manage that team in his spot. Give him assistance, research all them players' facts. I think he can get absolute dialed in around the playoff time. I got to give him a threat here.
All right. All right. I appreciate the feedback, guys, and input. So we're gonna call it a night here. I appreciate you coming on, Wacky and Hanky Schrader. So good luck the rest of the way, and talk to you guys later.
Appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.